Namam Vishnupada Krishna Preshta Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasartadeshitaya Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna. So we are going to discuss a study, cie𝗽hisha. Srila Prabhupada translated and commented on Isha and he was insisting that devotees to learn the shlokas. At early days he asked the devotees to learn all Isha, memorized 18 shlokas of Isha. A month ago we were discussing about Vedic Pramanas, Pratyaksha, Anumana and Shabda. And there we were discussing that Vedas are the transcendental sound vibration which reveals the knowledge of God. Vedayati dharmam brahmacha vedaha. This is how Vedas are described in the Vedas themselves. The scriptures that teach about religion and God are called Vedas. The knowledge of absolute truth. These are the Vedas. Now, remember we were discussing these 4 defects that human has. What are those? Anybody remembers? Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa and Karanapata. Brahma means illusion, but Prabhupada says also to err is human, committing mistakes. Pramada? Madness means? Identifying body as a self, for example. Then? Vipralipsa means cheating propensity. Now Prabhupada exposes scientists all the time that they do not know, but they claim they speak as if they know. Thank you very much. And Karanapata, senses are imperfect. So now the question arises that how can the jiva, who has these 4 mistakes, basically understand God or understand anything properly? How do you get the knowledge when you have these 4 imperfections? No? So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Maya mugdha jiva nahi swata Krishna gyan, jivara kripaya kaila Krishna Veda Puran. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. But out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature and its supplements, the Puranas. So, we understand that Vedic knowledge comes from Krishna. Vedas, they come from Krishna. Prabhupada, so many times when he preaches, he uses this point very much. We are presenting authorized philosophy. Therefore, it is scientific. It is Veda. We are not speculating, imagining something on our own. We are not interpreting. We are presenting what Krishna says. This is what it is. So, why is like that? Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa, Karanapata, Ishvarera Vakya, Nahi dosha isava. That these 4 mistakes, material defects, mistakes, illusions, cheating, sensory inefficiency, do not exist in the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead. God is free from faults. God is free from imperfections. Therefore, what He says is perfect. And therefore, Vedas are accepted as such. Vedas are eternal, and they are not really created at any point of time. They exist eternally. And the process, we will see later how do they come to this earth, how do they come. Prabhupada here explains that what means that Shabda Praman, transcendental sound vibration, Vedas. He says, who is my father? That evidence is to hear from my mother. That's all. There is no other evidence. The mother says, this is your father. He is your father. This is Shruti, hearing from the mother, authority. Now we understand that this example is material example. And mother is not authority to describe who is God. Mother is authority in her own field. She knows whose son you are. So this is called Paurusheya Shabda, or material authority. Like we accept daily, Prabhupada gives, you accept what they say on TV, you accept what they say on radio, you accept guidance from locals who are experts in particular field. But if you want to know about God, then you have to approach the Vedas. So here Prabhupada continues. And we have no other authority to understand Father. Similarly, we have to understand our Supreme Father from the Shruti, Mother, Vedas, Mother, Vedic Mother. We have to accept Vedas as Mother, Shruti. The Vedas are considered as Mother and the Puranas are considered as Sister. That is explained. So Shruti Pramana means Shruti, that which is heard. That is called Shruti. So Vedas means, remember we were discussing all this, I'm just a little bit reminding you of all these points. You know? Vedas are apaurushaya, not created by any mortal, not created by any man, free from all faults. This is how Vedas are accepted. Okay, so here, what means apaurushaya Shabda? It is ultimate. In its ultimate sense, the term Shabda refers to revealed knowledge that concerns the transcendental reality and that has come from reliable authority free from the four human defects. This is exactly what it is. This is the definition. It is revealed knowledge. Knowledge exists. Vedas are eternal. They exist, but they become revealed to different qualified rishis, devotees. And they describe transcendental reality, which is for us impossible to see, impossible to hear. Bhagavantam adokshajam. God is above powers of eyes to see or any senses. Atasya Krishna nabhavet grahyam indriya. That Krishna cannot be understood or seen, perceived by these bland material senses. But when senses are purified, when one actually purifies one's consciousness, then Vedic knowledge is revealed. Prakashante mahatmanaha. Now, the one who has yasya deve paraha bhaktir yata deve tata guru. Tasyaite katita hyarta prakashante mahatmanaha. That Vedas will be revealed. Krishna will reveal himself. No? So, we were going through this recently. And we find that Vedas themselves describes their position. If there is any other book describing the Vedas and establishing Vedas as authority, then there is no end to it. Then what is authority of that book? Vedas itself are evidence about themselves. There is no need other authority to declare that Vedas are valid, that Vedas are true. Rather, all the rishis who practice, bahavo jnana tapasa puta madhvāvamāgata. Krishna says that many in the past, rishis who follow my path, they reach me. Who follow that instructions which I'm giving to you, Arjun, they achieved me. They came to mind. They control their senses. They control their mind. They get free from material desires. Madhvāvamāgata. They become attached to me. They achieve my transcendental nature. They went home back to Godhead by following. So we have this evidence. We have this evidence by seeing the great saints, devotees, rishis. Even today we can see those Srila Prabhupada's disciples who are sincere, who are following. You can see how advanced they are. You can see their activity practically. You can see they are Krishna conscious. So it works. Process, it works. So here in the Vedas, he says, Vacha virupa nityaya. O virupa, glorify the Lord with the eternal Vedas. So here again, from the Vedas, it is said that Vedas are eternal. They are not really created at any point of time. Shastra yonitvat. So this is explained in Vedanta Sutta. Shrutestu shastra yonitvat. Shrutestu shabda. You have to understand God through Shastra. Shrutestu shabda mulatvat. That's also described. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being inconceivable to an ordinary man, can be understood only through the evidence of Vedic injunctions. So these are the Vedas, the four Vedas we have. Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. And inside we have all these different divisions. These are accepted as Shruti. Then we were discussing last time, remember Smritis, that which is remembered, that how to apply instructions from Vedas, how to achieve God, how to realize God. What different rishis have said, how do they practice? So you have Puranas, description of different devotees, following what Lord says, what Shruti says, and realizing God, having darshans with Lord, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj. We have so many instances in the Puranas. How do they apply that knowledge from Vedas, and how do they practice it? How do they achieve their goal? Like that. So here Krishna and Uddhava discussed Uddhava Gita of Bhagavatam. My dear Lord, in order to understand those things beyond direct experience, such as spiritual liberation or attainment of heaven, and other material enjoyments beyond our present capacity, and in general to understand the means and end of all things, the forefathers, demigods, and human beings, must consult the Vedic literature, which are your own laws, for these constitute the highest evidence and revelation. So how important are Vedas? Actually, all universe has to take guidance from Vedas. That is the knowledge. Without Vedas, there is no way out of this material world. It is not possible to come out by one's own effort. That is not possible. So here Srila Prabhupada says, in spite of his being unlimited, he has subjected himself to being known from the authoritative scriptures like the Vedic literature. As it is said, Shabda Mula Tvat, he can be known through the Shabda Brahma or Vedic literatures. Now this is a very important question, because the question is that how can material sound vibration, words, language, how do they can describe something which is transcendental? No? We say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is transcendental sound vibration? How do I know? How can material lips produce spiritual sound? So this is how materialistic our scientists, materialistic people or scientists, they challenge atheistic people. They challenge. It's a material sound. We are moving lips and some sound is coming. And you say it's spiritual. So how is this possible? One answer is here, Prabhupada just answered. The Lord, who is unlimited, who is inconceivable, who is beyond power of the senses to see Him, to realize Him, beyond power of mind, beyond power of intelligence to understand Him, He has subjected Himself to being known through the Vedas. That is His plan, that is His will. He empowered the Vedas. He said, yes, I will reveal myself through the Vedas. He can do that. You can see, if you see I have here praise by personified Vedas. This is in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, a big chapter. And Parikshit is asking this, Shukadeva Goswami, O Brahmana, how can Vedas directly describe the Supreme Absolute Truth, who cannot be described in the words? The Vedas are limited to describing the qualities of material nature, but the Supreme is devoid of these qualities, being transcendental to all material manifestation and their causes. How can material words describe the Lord? No? So here, the answer is given. This is the question, and answer is here. Very interesting. Śrīpāda Goswami says, look at this answer. The Supreme Lord manifested the material intelligence, senses, mind, vital air of the living entities so they could indulge their desires for sense gratification, take repeated births to engage in fruitive activities, become elevated in the future lives, and ultimately attain liberation. What kind of answer is this? It's indirect answer. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Ṭhākura comments on this. He explains, a skeptic may object that this answer is irrelevant. But Śrīpāda Goswami's answer is not actually relevant, as Srila Vishnu Chakravarti explains. Answers to subtle questions must also be phrased indirectly. What did he say? Basically, he says that you say that Brahman is indescribable by words. But the Supreme Lord has, if the Supreme Lord had not created the intelligence, mind and senses, the sound and other objects, or perception, all perception would all be just as indescribable as your Brahman. So he said, what he said? Śrīpāda Goswami said that Lord make you understand even this material world by giving you senses, sense objects, and the proper system of understanding and having sense perception and experience. Lord empowered you to have experience in material reality. He will empower you to have experience in spiritual reality. This is the answer. This is what he said. No? If Lord did not empower you, you remember one day you wake up and you can't move your hand. You get stuck. What you can do? If Lord doesn't give permission, you can't do anything. If He takes your eyesight, what you will see? We are not in charge for this body. We are not really in control, my body. But first I'm thinking, I'm the body. First illusion. Second one is, my body. Okay, if it's your body, then why I have to shave once a week? I just order my hair to stop growing. Some people would do just the opposite. They try to push the hair growing, but it doesn't grow. We are not in control. Lord is in the control. So if He did not empower us, we could not function even in material world. So this is what Śrīpāda Goswami replied. You would have been blind and deaf since birth and would know nothing about physical forms and sounds, what to speak of absolute. So just as the merciful Lord has given us all faculties of perception for experiencing and describing to others the sensations of sight, sound and thought, in the same way He may give someone the receptive capacity to realize Brahman. He may, if He chooses, create some extraordinary way for words to function, apart from their ordinary references to material substances, qualities, categories and actions, that will enable them to express the Supreme Truth. He is, after all, the Almighty Lord, Prabhu, and He can easily make the indescribable describable. And Prabhupada says that we have also evidence that the process works. He says, if you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, you will see the result. You will see that you are getting purified. He said, if you chant Coca-Cola, 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 you go mad. It's material sound vibration. You can't continuously chant. Many times Prabhupada in arguments uses this simple analogy to explain. And it's a pratyaksha pramana. This is evident. You can see that devotees who chant Hare Krishna, they get purified, they change. Actually, they can change. You can see there is an influence of spirit. No? Even in the worship of deity, you may say, oh, this is the Ashtadhatu. Ashtadhatu means nothing but the 8 metals combined together and casted into the form. So we were just recently visiting one casting workshop where they are casting pots. But we don't see that people are purified there. Rather, few of them appear to be drinking regularly. So they are dealing with same Ashtadhatu daily. All their life, they are touching the same metals, but they don't get purified. But our pujaris are getting purified. No? We are worshipping the deities, we are offering prayers to the deities, we are seeing their beautiful form. We are getting purified. So it is not material element. Lord chosen to appear in that form. He can empower. Although externally may appear material, but it is not material. Because effect is visible. The result is visible. No? So you see that these are the questions that from time immemorial were discussed and still is going on. Why? Because there are 2 types of people. One are those pious who accept Lord and the Vedas, and those impious who do not accept. So we have to preach, we have to present logically, we have to present through Shastra that the Vedic version of the ultimate reality. So Srila Prabhupada said like that. According to the Vedanta Sutra, Shastra Yonitvat, the Supreme Lord is the author of all revealed scriptures, and all revealed scriptures are for knowing the Supreme. Veda means knowledge that leads to the Lord. Vedānta-deśika aham-eva vedyo. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, all Vedas are meant to know me. Okay? So, this is the definition. The Absolute Truth makes himself known by Shabda Praman. Therefore it is called Apaurushaya Shabda. A revealed knowledge from superhuman source. First originated with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so no fault. And is received in disciplic succession from bona fide Guru, Avaroha Panta. So this is how Vedas descend. Apaurushaya Shabda is therefore the perfect pramana because it's free from the four defects. And this is very important. Somewhere you have to put your faith in the authority, reliable authority. You can't make your own book, you can't twist it, it's not reliable. We were seeing what the local guru here, he started his own spiritual movement. He gives always blessings like this with a little beard. And he says an introduction of his first book he wrote. I was working in material world, doing my job, this, that, and suddenly I realized I'm Brahman. So, all right. But then if you realize you're Brahman, then you should act upon that, no? You should now show them. So he said, then I decided to write my own doctrine based on different scriptures I read, based on different religions, based on different experiences, and make my own unique path. And that's exactly what is prohibited in Vedas. That's exactly what is not advised, You may say all of us are unique in the sense of our own realization. All of us are unique in the sense that we have our own swarupa, we have our eternal form in spiritual world, and we have particular way of pleasing Krishna which nobody else can replace. That in that way individuality remains. Uniqueness remains. But the path is the same. The path, the process is the same. Sambandha, abhideya, prayojana, that we have to follow. So, okay. Here, the four Vedas, namely Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda, are all emanations from the breathing of the great personality of Godhead. This is from Shruti itself, from Upanishad itself. Upanishad describes what are these Vedas. This Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva. Asya mahato bhuta asya nishvasitam etat yad. That these are coming from the breathing of the Lord. These are transcendent. No? Shruti themselves speaks. Here, in Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna speaks. By the influence of time, the transcendental sound of Vedic knowledge was lost at the time of annihilation. Therefore, when the subsequent creation took place, I spoke the Vedic knowledge to Brahma, because I myself, I am the religious principle enunciated in the Vedas. So now Krishna himself says, I give a knowledge to Brahma. No? Tene Brahma hridayadi-kavaya. In first shloka Bhagavatam, Krishna says, Tene Brahma. Brahma means Vedic knowledge. Hridayadi-kavaya. In the heart of Adi-kavaya, who is the Lord Brahma. I revealed the knowledge to Brahma. Krishna says in Bhagavatam, first shloka. So this is how the Vedas are coming to us. Lord Brahma spoke this Vedic knowledge to his eldest son Manu, and the 7 great sages headed by Bhrigu Muni then accepted the same knowledge from Manu. Now this is how Vedas descend. Krishna spoke to Brahma, Brahma spoke to Manu, Manu spoke to 7 rishis, and goes on and goes on and goes on like that. Parampara, Avaroha Panta, descends. So here, this is how it went. Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, his disciple. And then Vyasa divided the Vedas, which was known as Vanya Veda, into 4. So it's easy to comprehend. Rig Veda, Yajur, Sama, and Atharva Veda. Now what we are discussing here is that the Shruti is eternal, transcendental sound vibration, Vedas. Then you have Smritis, realization by the rishis, how do they practice? And then you have Nyaya, the logical explanation, why we should practice so. But Shrutis are always considered as the highest authority. No. So of all Vedas, we are preaching, we are studying Vedas, we are propagating Vedic knowledge, Vedic culture. Technically, if you see, what we are really studying of Vedas is 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀, one book. 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀 is part of the Shruti, of the Vedas. So here, not to go through all things, divisions of Vedas, last time we did it. Here just to remind yourself that Yajurveda has two divisions, Shukla and Krishna Yajur. Remember that the story, again, not to repeat, you already heard that 𝗬𝗬𝗀𝗀 offended his guru, so guru rejected him and took back all the knowledge taught to him. So he did tapasya and pleased Lord 𝗜𝘁𝗶𝘀, the Surya. And Surya revealed to him Yajurvedic mantras which are not revealed to anybody else before. So therefore you have Shukla Yajurveda, which is revelation coming from 𝗬𝗬𝗀𝗀, from 𝗜𝘁𝗁 to 𝗬𝗬𝗀𝗀 directly. And you have Krishna Yajurveda, from the previous revelations. So in Yajurveda you have 100 Samhitas, 100 Brahmanas, 100 Aryanakas and 100 Upanishads. And in Vajrasāna Samhita, our 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀 appears. At the end, Vajrasāna Samhita has two shakas. Two shakas means the two groups of Brahmanas chanted this Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda. This Madhyandina Shaka and Kanva Shaka. Madhyandina Shaka refers to North Maharashtra, Gujarat, North India. And this Kanva Shaka refers to the south, from Maharashtra, Orissa, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. So these two branches of Brahmanas were chanting 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀, Shukla Yajurveda, and there's a small little bit difference in one shloka. One shloka is less in Madhyandina Shaka, and what Prabhupada included are full 18 shlokas of Kanva Shaka, of Vajrasāna Samhita. So this is where the 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀 appears. This Vajrasāna Samhita is available, 40 chapters are there, and the last book, last chapter, 40th chapter, comes 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀. So this is, of course, famous. Brihad Aryanaka Upanishad also comes in Shukla Yajurveda. Here. So, because Samhitas, they are written in prose. They are not written in shlokas, in meters like this. Suddenly you have 39 chapters in prose and the 40th chapter in mantras. Because each Upanishad is written, first few shlokas is Anushtup, and then different chandas are used. So then, because suddenly you deal with mantras, this is also called Mantra Upanishad. And this is only one Upanishad which appears in Samhita. Other Upanishad you have in the Brahmana portion, Brahma Upanishads. Then you have Samhitas in Aryanaka portions, Aryanaka Upanishad, like this Brihat Aryanaka Upanishad. Means appears in the Aryanaka portion of the Vedas. But the 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀 is very unique, it appears in Samhita portion of the Vedas. Prabhupada says that regarding Upanishads, the following 11 Upanishads are considered to be the topmost. So he gives list. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Madhukya, Taittiriya, Aitareya, Chandogya, Brihad Aryanaka, Shvetashvatara Upanishad. However, in the Muktika Upanishad, verses 30 to 39, there is description of 108 Upanishads. So Prabhupada mentions this. But of all this, 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀 is considered the most important. And then you have great acharyas commenting on those. Of course, Shankaracharya commented, Madhvācārya commented. Ramanuja did not comment on 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀, but Vedānta-deśika did. You have Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇ's commentary, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur's commentary, like Raghavendra Swami's commentary. Many Madhvas commented on 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀. Very important. And amazingly enough, there is a Christian scholar who says that 𝗜𝗂𝘁𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 describes Jesus. So this is far-fetched, sorry to say. And I'm going to discuss this one. It's abuse. It's abuse. Okay, so let's see how do we go. Okay, so here, that shloka. Okay, the one more thing to say. It's how it is. You see, you have the mantras in Upanishads. So many mantras together makes the suktas, like Purusha Sukta. Yeah? And then many suktas makes mandala. Many mandalas make samhita. So this is how its structure is there. So when you say there's Purusha Sukta, you will see this is in first one appears Rig Veda Samhita, Mandala 10, Sukta 90, mantras 1 to 16. Like this, you have these divisions in the Vedas, So, Prabhupada said that, what is the meaning of Upanishad? This Samhita, which is in prose, 39 chapters, describe yagyas, describe Agnihotra Yagya, describe Pitri Homam, describe all kinds of rituals, all kinds of purificatory ceremonies. And describe how to make altars, describes what should one follow before yagya, while yagya, who should do what, how many priests you need, full details. But then at the end, commentators explain that disciple is asking Guru, okay, all these things we learn, but what is the meaning? What do we achieve? What is the purpose of it? No? So then comes Upanishad, philosophical explanation. The Upanishads are not guidance as samhitas, practical, You make yagya altar should look like this, and that should be height, and there should be length, and nothing like that. Upanishad deal with Brahmajnana, the absolute truth. Why we are doing this yagya? What will be achieved by that? What is the prayojana? What is the qualification to practice? What is this all about? So it is said that the disciple asks, disciple asks the Guru, after hearing all these rituals, they tell us what is the meaning of it all. So therefore, at the end you have Upanishad. And this is how you find in Vedas. In the middle of Aryanaka description, there is Upanishad. In the middle of Brahmana portion, there is Upanishad. Whenever is needed to explain philosophically, what's this all about? Therefore, Upanishads are considered the essence of the Vedas. No? And then, therefore, you will see in Vedanta Sutra, Upanishads are quoted to explain in commentaries, its essence is given. Like that. Okay. So, Prabhupada say, if you want real knowledge, you should take knowledge from the literature known as the Vedas. Part of the Vedas are 108 Upanishads, out of which 11 are very important. Of these 11, the Ishopanishad stands first. In the word Upanishad, Upa means near. So the knowledge in the Ishopanishad will take you nearer to Krishna. Upanishad means sitting near. So means also that disciple will sit near the Guru and hear, and means that knowledge which will actually bring us back to Krishna. That is the idea. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I'm repeating this shloka because it's really important, that Brahma Pramad Vipalvisa Karana Patav, Ishvarera Vakya Nahi Dosha Isa. The material defects of mistakes, illusion, cheating, and sensory inefficiency do not exist in words of Supreme Lord. And Vedas are words of the Supreme Lord. So Vedas are spotless. But now look at this shloka. Brahma Pramad Vipralipsa Karana Patav, Arsha Vigya Vakya Nahi Dosha Isab. It's almost same, except the second portion. In first one says that Ishwar has no any defects. But in second shloka says Arsha, the great self-realized souls, they also have no dosha in them. Uttamadikar has no any fault in his speaking. Mistake, illusion, cheating, and defective perception do not occur in the sayings of the authoritative sages. Self-realized soul receives the Vedas, it is revealed to him. And then whatever he speaks, Shabda Brahma. Therefore we accept Srila Prabhupada's purports, non different from Vedas. With full heart, full mind, full faith, We read and we know this is transcendental sound vibration. It's nothing to do with material sound. Therefore, we can't change Prabhupada's purpose. We can't touch Prabhupada's books. No, I'm not going to into that discussion. If that planet of the trees was misunderstood by typewriter, Prabhupada said planet of Pitris. There is planet of Pitris. And younger American disciples never heard of Pitris. There's a planet of the trees. There's planet of the trees. Okay, he's typing. There is planet of the trees, and they publish in Bhagavad Gita, original edition. No? So, now, is this transcendental sound vibration? No, there was transcendental misunderstanding. So, this should be changed and put what's Prabhupada's word, original words, no? So, some people became fanatics and said, no, that Gita makes me devotee. We should not change. But it's obvious mistake, And we have original sound of Prabhupada. So that this much should be changed. So we are not going into that discussion. But point is, in our lives, Prabhupada's books, they changed us. They are changing others. If we practice, if we apply in our life, we can see the benefit. We can see it works. It's true. And how many times you read in Prabhupada's books and you just, wow, this is exactly what is happening around us. It's reality. It's the truth. No, it's a transcendental sound vibration. So here, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says, it is how the great spiritual preceptors and wise sages, deeply absorbed in meditation, that have received this absolutely perfect knowledge in the form of Vedas, revealed to them by the omnipotent and fully independent Supreme Godhead, who personally appear in their hearts. In this way, the flawless knowledge is accepted from the Lord without disturbances caused by limitations of material senses. So what Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says is that when devotee controls the senses, controls the mind, follows the Lord, worships Him with love and devotion, Lord reveals Himself. And to different rishis, different portions of Vedas were revealed. And then you have it. You will see now at the beginning of chanting of different portions of the Vedas, the name of the rishi will be mentioned, to whom this portion is revealed. Then the name of the presiding deity, who is the worshipful deity in that. And then the meter will be given that you know how to chant. So, Prabhupada said also, that Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says in Harinama Chintamani, he says, the devotee who is attached to chanting the pure name will also have the knowledge of Vedas revealed to him. Gradually he will also attain Krishna Prem. No? So look, we are chanting holy name. And that will help us. From Nama, Rupa is revealed. Form of the Lord. From Rupa, Guna, His qualities. Leelas, His Dham, His... what else? Paraphernalia, associates, everything will be revealed just by sincerely chanting the holy name. No? Vedas directly describes in the Sarva Anukrama Sukta, Vajrasayani Samhita, states that Rishi for the whole Vajrasayani Samhita is Vivaswan, because the Yagyavālkya prayed to sun god to reveal Vedas to him. So Shukla Veda came from Vivaswan. So some commentators, some rishis, acharyas, like Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa, he accepts that the Ishopanishad is revealed to the Dadhyan Atharvan, the son of Atharva Rishi. Some says, no, you can say it's Yagyavālkya because knowledge was given to him. And in some places mentioned that directly Vivaswan is Rishi, through whom it is revealed, or the seer. Mantra Drishta is called. The seer of the mantra, to whom mantras are revealed. So, I asked Guru Maharaj, what do we do when there is different rishis are mentioned as the seers of the mantra? And he said that in different kalpas maybe it is revealed differently. Like you have, in many times in Puranas we find it, that same story is described in different Puranas a little differently. And the answer is by acharyas that in different kalpas, in different circles of yogas, may happen a little differently, little bit different. Some small details may not be same, but the message is the same. So you will see that usually is accepted the Dadhyan, the Atharvan, the son of the Atharva Rishi, who is the son of Vasishta, that he is the one who actually taught Dadyan that Ishopanishad. Dadyan is described in Bhagavatam as Dadichi. Dadichi, remember, he given his bones to make the Vajra to kill Vritrasura in the Leela. So some say this is the same one, some say it is not same. It's difficult to locate, But what is described then in the same Samhita, in the same Vedas, that there are different grades of rishis. So therefore Vivasvana is considered the first one, then you have different grades. First rishis, the second grade of rishis, the third grade of rishi to whom these Vedas are revealed. But the point is that it comes by revelation. Now very interesting, Madhvācārya says like this, that Śrīpāda Madhvācārya mentions that Ishopanishad is revealed to Swayambhuva Manu, and he is mantra drishta. So he is the sage of Upanishad, and Lord Hari in the form of Yagya, Manvantar avatar, is the deity, Anushtup Chandaha. This is down written. Asya Upanishadaha Swayambhuva Manu Rishihi Yagyanama Harir Devata Anushtupabidi Yata Yogyam Chando Gyeyam. So here what is written, that Swayambhuva Manu actually finally, through him Ishavasya Upanishad is revealed. And how did he got this point? It's very obvious where he got. He said, this is what Bhagavatam says. Okay, so Madhvācārya quotes Bhagavatam, and indeed, you will see an amazing thing. Here in Bhagavatam 8th canto, chapter 1, shloka 7, it is described, Swayambhuva Manu, the husband of Shatarupa, was by nature not at all attached to enjoyment of the senses. Thus he gave up his kingdom of sense enjoyment and entered the forest with his wife to practice austerities. No? Now, what Prabhupada writes here, Astaitin Gita evam parampara praptam imam raja shayo viduhu. That Vedas are revealed to the great rishis. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and saintly kings understood it in that way. All the Manus were perfect kings. They were Raj rishis. In other words, although they held posts as the kings of the world, they were as good as great saints. Swayambhuva Manu, for example, was emperor of the world, yet had no desire for sense gratification. This is the meaning of monarchy. So Prabhupada explains, that Manu received the knowledge. How it goes first shloka? Imam vivasvate yogam proktavam aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manu rikshva kave bhravit. No wonder, Vivasvan is a Lord Suryadev who revealed knowledge to Yajnavalkya. So he definitely is one of original revealers of, So here knowledge came to Manu. So Madhvācārya says this is the link. And he has a proof for it. You will see now. Okay. O sign of Bharata. After Swayambhuva Manu had thus entered the forest with his wife, he stood on one leg on the bank of the river Sunanda, and in this way, with only one leg touching the earth, he performed great austerities for 100 years. While performing these austerities, he spoke as follows. Now, when he did these austerities, the mantras appeared to him. Then he started chanting them. This is how revelation came to him after performing austerities. And look at the mantras. Shimanuruvacha yena cetayate vishvam, vishvam cetayate nayam, yo jagrati shayana esmin, nayam tam veda veda sa. First mantra he says, Supreme Living Being has created this material world of animation. It is not that he was created by this material world. When everything is silent, the Supreme Being stays awake as a witness. The living entity does not know him, but he knows everything. This is first mantra revealed to Swayambhuva Manu. Now look at the second mantra. Atma vasyam idam vishwam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magrida kastasvi dhanam. Anybody can recognize? ईशवास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्चित् जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जितं महागृहकस्य स्वीधनं. Look at in Bhagavatam. Is it not Bhagavatam commentaries on Vedanta? Is it not the last book, essence of all Upanishads, commentary on Vedanta, natural commentary on Vedanta? Vedanta is essence of all Upanishads. Bhagavatam is commentary on Vedanta. Look at in Bhagavatam we have Ishavasya Upanishad in gist. 9 shlokas, Madhvācārya say, give essence of Ishapanishad in Bhagavatam. And this is his proof. Look, it is revealed to Swami. We all read Bhagavatam. And you will see in purports, we'll go to the purports when we come to these shlokas. Prabhupada immediately quotes Ishapanishad. Look, in purports, Isha mantra, Isha vasyam idam sarvam. Prabhupada quotes immediately. Everything is linked. So you can see here the essence of it is given in our devotional scripture, you may say. If Ishapanishad describe Lord a little bit indirectly, or you may feel impersonally, that is due to our misunderstanding. There is no impersonal description of the Lord. But the Mayavadis, they claim that Upanishads are impersonal, but it's not. And Ishapanishad is really the one describing personality of Godhead. And you will see how they twist the meaning and how everything goes. So this is how Madhvācārya explains, and then other shlokas follow, that the gist of Ishapanishad is given in Bhagavatam. Here in the introduction, Prabhupada explains this incident. The original Manu, along with Shatarupa, went into forest to practice austerities on the bank of the river. Practice austerity for 100 years, and then Manu in trance. You see that? Manu in trance formed prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the moment of revelation. This is the moment where this Veda was revealed to him. Then what happened? He is offering prayers to the Lord. Okay. And in Ishavasya, you will see prayers are there. First, there is a philosophical discussion, first 15 shlokas, and from 15 to 18, there are 3 beautiful prayers there. So he is praying to the Lord. In the meantime, Rakshasas and Asuras, which were blessed by Shiva, that nobody can kill them, and they can kill anybody. That was the blessing given by Shiva to them. They saw Manu in trance, standing on one foot, and completely absorbed in trance. So he is not defending himself. Though he was a king, but he is not defending, he is not there with the army. So they came, say, swallow him, eat him, kill him. Rakshasas, no? So Rakshasas also then attempted to devour him, but Yagya, accompanied by his sons, the Yamas, and the demigods, killed them. Then Yagya personally took the post of Indra, the king of heavenly planes. So this Yagyapati is described. This is Manvantara avatar. In region of each Manu, one avatar comes. These are called Manvantaras. Correct. So therefore, Madhvācārya says, Svayambhuva Manu Rishihi Yagya Vai Devataha. Yagya is the Devata who responded to the prayers, to whom he was offering prayers. So Yagya is presiding deity of the Ishapanishad. Now why we are so much drilling this, already half an hour we are pushing this point. Very important. Before we start studying Vedas, we offer pranam and prayers. We worship the Rishi through whom it was revealed. Say we now want to study Ishapanishad. Veda says, you want to read or chant or try to understand Vedas without offering puja or pranam to the Rishi, without honoring the presiding deity, without knowing the meter, you will get reaction for that. It will be opposite consequence. You are not going to get your result. No? So this is our life as a devotee. As soon as you wake up in the morning, first pranam to the Guru. Then you chant the holy name. You chant the names of presiding deities. Before we do anything, any ceremony, we start chanting Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. He is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Every kirtan, every yagya, every puja, everything has to start with worship of Guru. How do we start kirtan in the morning? Guru Ashtaka, we chant. Correct? One day Guru Sri Charana Ravinda. This is the essence. Because only by the mercy of that Rishi, that knowledge will be revealed to us. Only by their mercy that we can get proper understanding. It's not by our intellectual capacity. It's not that I'm smart and I can get it. And it's not that, I know the Sanskrit, or, I'm expert wrangler with words. No, it's not like that. When they are pleased with us, then only this knowledge is revealed. So there is no way of studying the Shastra. Even when we touch Prabhupada's books, we have this habit, First, offer pranam mantra. Then you start reading. It's not like newspapers. Newspaper, one eating something, one way you're holding, not like that, We don't walk and read, except some of us. No, we don't. We are respectful. We keep books so respectfully. We never touch the floor with the books. We never touch with impure. When we are impure, we don't touch the book. So much respect must be there. Then, when the rishi, the devotee is pleased, then that knowledge will be revealed. This is how we treat all Prabhupada's books. Remember, we so many times when we give to new people books, we tell them, please don't keep on the floor. Don't touch with the food. Don't keep on dirty place. And read. We have to tell so many times. So now, understanding that Swayambhuva Manu received this mantra. Look at the circumstances. Who is the Manu? Is Prajapati. He creates all others. From Prajapatis, Devatas are born. From Prajapatis, humans are born. From Prajapatis, all others are born. The aquatics are born, and the trees are born, and everything is filled. All universe is filled through the Prajapatis. So what he does, he received these mantras, and he is giving instructions to his sons. Prabhupada writes in the purport that through his sons, he instructs all of us. What, at the beginning of creation, Swayambhuva Manu is the first Manu. At the beginning of creation, he says this cia__Upanishad to us. What he says, ईशवास्यम idam sarvam, atmavasyam idam vishvam. The Lord pervades, Paramatma pervades all this world. Everything belongs to Him. He controls everything. We will discuss the detail. Kasya sweet detail. What is the, don't take others' property. Be satisfied what is allotted to you. So he is speaking this mantra, through him it's revealed, because he is giving instruction. When universe is created, how to behave, what is this all about? Universe is created by God. Everything is His. He provides everything. Don't think it is yours. Behave properly. Then second shloka, he says, if you act like this is what will happen. If you don't act, this is what will happen. Knowledge will give you one result, ignorance will give you another result. So these 18 mantras goes like this, instructing us and then showing us how to offer prayer to the Lord. So this is so essential, so important. If you see the circumstances to why to him was revealed, good reason. He is the Manu. Manu Smriti. What is a Manu Smriti? It's a guidelines to the human how to behave. It's a guidelines how to not sin, how to come out of material world. So this cia__Upanishad is revealed through the Manu in that. Okay, so let me see like this. So here the Madhvācārya gives the gist of all Upanishad. He says that the Ishavasyam Upanishad, Ishavasyam, means the Isha Avasyam, the place suitable for Lord to dwell in. The Isha-Upanishad got name from the first word of the Upanishad, Ishavasya. So it's known Ishavasya Upanishad, or short Isha-Upanishad. And in the first two shlokas, the essence of all Upanishad is also given. And what is that? That Lord is all-pervading, all-ruling, independent and supreme. So then, accordingly, understanding this, we should act, we should properly behave in life. So now, apart from offering pranam to the rishi and offering pranam to the devata, presiding deity of the mantra, of the Upanishad, and of course learning proper meter of chanting, which is very difficult. This is Vedic text, this is not regular Sanskrit or Puranas. There are some letters and some sounds which we are not producing in regular Sanskrit. That I'll show for a second. See, where is it? Mantra is given in the folio is actually simplified. You see here. Let me see. Okay, you see here. Īśavasyaṁ idam sarvam. Correct? But actually, if you see the book, you have the book? Īśa-Upanishad book? Okay, in Īśa-Upanishad book, you will find another, this is not exactly like this, sarvam, and then comes one more symbol, which represents the sound, gam. So it's chanted differently. Īśavasyaṁ idam gam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat, and they have this Vedic chanda also, beautiful to chant. So Chitari said that they are practicing, Gurukul is practicing chanting, and our Vayahari Prabhu, he learned in Mayapur Gurukul to chant. Where are you? Can you chant first mantra in Vedic with intonation? You know? You remember? You don't remember? Huh? Huh? You have to practice. Okay, tomorrow. Thank you very much. One shloka here. He already learned, just had to remind himself. It's very, it's different chanting. It's altogether different sound comes. Okay, so now, once Rishi is worshipped and Devata is worshipped, here the invocation mantra has to be chanted. There is invocation mantra. And here invocation mantra for Īśa-Upanishad is chanted, Om Purnam Adav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Now this is the belongs to category of Shanti Panchakams, the Shanti mantras of the Vedas, and then finishes Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The Prabhupada also includes this invocation mantra, which is actually it appears in Brihadaryanaka Upanishad in fifth chapter, shloka 1, but is used as a invocation mantra for Īśa-Upanishad also. It technically does not appear in the Īśa-Upanishad itself. Technically, it's not. You won't find it if you get the book of Shukla Yajurveda Vajrasayana Samhita, chapter 40. You will see Īśa-Upanishad, but you will not find this invocation mantra. It is chanted. As we chant Guru Prana mantra, it is chanted. Though it is part of Vedas itself, it is part of Brihadaryanaka Upanishad, but it is chanted always with Īśa-Upanishad. Commentators also, they include it. And that we are going to discuss. So what is it? Yeah, like you have different mantras. I'll show you some other mantras which you are familiar with, basically. Like, for example... Okay, so like this. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya om shanti shanti shanti. You heard this before, no? Or this is from also Brihadaryanaka Upanishad Shukla Yajurveda. Also Shanti mantra. What is the Shanti? 3 times Shanti, Shanti, Shanti say. Let it be peace. What is the peace? We are troubled by Adidayvika Klesha, Adhyatmika Klesha, Adibhautika Klesha. So first one says, Om Shanti Adidayvika Klesha, Om Shanti Adibhautika Klesha, Om Shanti Adhyatmika Klesha. You know? Otherwise you can't do anything. If you are tortured by these 3, mind is disturbed, we are suffering, we can't achieve any peace. Without peaceful mind, sattvic mind, you can't understand any Vedas. So the Shanti Panchakams are always chanted. You remember Mayapuri Gurukul comes, they all chant. Maybe all of them also. It's very nice. In Veda Patashala we should also introduce this. Or another famous one before studying the Vedas is chanted. Om Sahanao Avatu, Sahanao Bhunaktu, Saha Viryam Karavavahai. Like that. What is the meaning? May God protect both of us, the teacher and the student. No? May God nourish us both. No, this is important because if you don't have good teacher, you're not going to learn anything. And if you have useless student, he's not going to learn anything either. No, Prabhupada writes, when Parikshit asked good question, Prabhupada said, because proper disciple and proper guru, there's proper exchange of transcendental knowledge. So look at the mantra. May God protect us both. Sahana avatu, sahana bhunaktu, saha viryam, karavavahai. Give us the strength, give us the shakti to understand. May we walk together with energy and vigor. May our studying be enlightening, not giving rise to hostility. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. You see what a nice approach before studying Vedas. What is it? It fixes your consciousness, it molds your attitude. That you're humbly approaching, you're not challenging, you're not puffed up, you're not inattentive, with proper attitude and proper purpose. You're not going to study Veda to become puffed up, you're going to show off, you're not going to just earn money from it, professional reciter, It's meant to please the Lord, it's meant to actually satisfy the Lord, no? So this is from Krishna Yajurveda Taittiriya Upanishad. And Om Ponam is always chanted beginning, and this is where appears in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, like here. Okay, so now, what, I'll stop here, because then second session we can start studying this shloka itself and see the purports of acharyas and see the commentaries. Okay, I'll stop here. Do you have any question related to what we were discussing? Yes, please.
One might argue that because we have those 4 defects, so what's the guarantee that the revealed Aparushaya sound vibration will not be filtered through those defects and then will not be may not be successful, the reception. So what's the ingredient that makes it actually successful?
Right. Yeah, it's a good question. That is also discussed in our Gaudiya Vaishnava epistemology. And therefore it is concluded that Vaidusha Pratyaksha or Divya Pratyaksha, revelation to the pure devotee, is considered the highest form of revelations. Why? Because they've seen the Lord. The Vedas are revealed to them. And what is the proof? The proof is their spotless character. This is the proof. Their life of fully dedication of the Lord and selflessness and freedom from all material desires. This is the evidence that actually Vedas are revealed to them. So in Gaudiya Vaishnava we accept when devotee sees the Lord and have revelation, these are the highest. Because I'm seeing the Lord, how are you going to convince me that God is not there? There is no more evidence than that, The Lord is revealed to him. So the Prabhupada and all other acharyas, they discuss this, that person cannot say, oh, Lord revealed to me. And he said that not to worship deities. So revelation is also in accordance to the Vedas. It supports the Vedas. It's aligned in the Vedic thought. It's not something new will be revealed. We should not worship God. God told me not to worship Him. So that won't work. One devotee said, I had a dream, Prabhupada, and he told me to kick you. And other devotees said, we don't accept, that was Prabhupada, that was your mind's creation. Because this is not in accordance with Prabhupada's teaching, to kick devotees around. It's to worship, to serve devotees. So Prabhupada also says, they say, God speak to me, I'm seeing God, or even they say, I am God. But look at their character. Look at their qualities. They don't have such a qualities. Anybody can come and say, ecstasy, and fake the ecstasy, and show the symptoms. And many do that, people bluff, in ecstasy, in transcendental ecstasy, and after that, you can see their life. They can't control senses, they can't control mind, they are after money, they are after fame. Sahajas, cheaters, so many of them. That was explained in Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav also, no? When, who was that? Who fainted? Ramakrishna.
Yeah,
Ramakrishna faked the transcendental ecstasy, and Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura told to that, who was there? Ṭhākura? Rabindranath Tagore. He was there, and he said, just bring some rasgulla, announce, rasgullas are going to be served. Then let me see whether he will still be in ecstasy or will be awakened. And as soon as that was announced, ecstasy was, he came back to consciousness. He didn't want to miss rasgullas. So you understand that so the character of the person, this is only proof. It must match. The message must be same according to Vedas, and the character of the person must be spotless. And then we accept that this is revelation. Like Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, for example. He wrote the book 𝗦𝗲𝘀 Mahatmya. He says that Madhvācārya came to Navadip and Lord Chaitanya showed himself to him and told him, don't preach about me, hide my existence. But he met him and blessed him. Madhvas are freaking out. They don't like it. Madhvācārya worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They don't accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They think that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Jiva Tattva. They don't accept that he is Supreme Lord's avatar. But we accept. Why? Because it's a revelation to Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, who is pure devotee. We accept. It's a revelation. And he said, all four acharyas came to Navadip and seen Lord Chaitanya. So we accept, we fully accept what he says. So this is only criteria what I found. That the spotless character of a devotee is a foundation of the religion. This is what gives faith to people. Why we all became devotees? Because of Prabhupada. Or directly because of Prabhupada, or indirectly, you may say, seeing his devotees associating with his disciples. Correct? Or disciples of disciples. Doesn't matter. It's all from Prabhupada. No? So we have faith. We have faith in Prabhupada. We could see his spotless, you can see his pure devotees, Mahabhagavata, by his activities, by his speech, by his life, by his qualities. And we are convinced. All of our faith is based on faith in Prabhupada and his books, his teachings. And that expands through Prabhupada, through all others who have faith in Prabhupada. It's the same faith. Faith in Guru Maharaj is the same faith like in Prabhupada. There's no difference. And Prabhupada said, no, why in me? My Guru Maharaj, everything is his mercy. And this is how it goes, Guru Parampara up to Krishna. Faith in Guru is actually not different from faith in Krishna. But the spotless character, that's the only answer that I know. And makes sense. And then also, when we follow such a person, we should see that we get purified, that we advance. Sometimes we meet people in the train and they say, you are from ISKCON, yes. Who is your guru? So we say, who is our guru? And then we ask them, what about you? I also have a guru. Oh, great. So what do you follow? Oh, my guru, very merciful, no need to follow anything. So you understand, it's phalenam parijayate. You judge tree according to fruit. So what is the use? If they don't follow anything, then what is the use? What is the point? That you can't accept as a revelation. So, unless character is matching the word spoken, it's not revelation. Otherwise, so many are there. Christians, they have big issues with it. So many people come and say, God revealed to me and told me, build church like this, and this is only authorized church, all others are cheaters. And they have, it is called once a day program, They have somebody writing to the Vatican, recognizes as bona fide, only bona fide church. Because I have revelation. And we can accept some of those also. There was a man in Vidyābhūṣaṇa, old man, owner of some hostel, Dharmashala before. And he had a dream. Krishna came in a dream and told, give this place to ISKCON, they will build a temple. So he had full faith. Wow, I have to give the place. So he went to the Ahmedabad ISKCON and told to Yashomadharan Prabhu, look, I had a dream, Krishna told me, give my property to ISKCON, you will build temple there. So Yashomadharan Prabhu, wow, let's go and see. He saw the place right in front of the colleges. There are some 35,000 students in Vidyābhūṣaṇa studying. And this is where we got the place and temple was built. Did Krishna appear to his dream? I'm sure he is. It matches with the teaching. And it's good, no? And it's amazing. These Vedas are there eternally. Those who are pure, they can hear. They revealed. God, like God is there, like Krishna Leelas are there. We go Vrindavan, but we don't see exactly what we're supposed to see. Yeah? But Krishna Leelas are going on. Aprakata, unmanifested to us. Sometimes we see Prakata when Lord comes, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Krishna came, he shows himself. Sometimes he doesn't show, but Nitya Leela, Leela is going on. Vedas are also going on. All Vedas are available, we are not tuning in. Like on radio, you have stations that are going on, but you have to tune in. Now sound comes. No? Well, this is a gross example. But it's there, it is eternal. So we have to get purified to hear it. And Mahamantra itself is purification process. Undergo. That's amazing. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai, Śrīla Upanishad ki jai. Hare Krishna.